with the space wolves? Sounds like a joke, but this is the toughest guy since Logan Grimnar invented beard oil. Today we are painting the new wolfpriest and making him so sharp even a blood angel would blush. So before we start, I'm using Citadel paints, but you can sub in Army Painter, Vallejo, or whatever warp brew you have got lying around. So my key paints would be for my black and gray areas: Abaddon Black, Ashen Gray, Dawnstone, and Fenrisian Gray. For my metals and shades: Retribute Armor, Reikland Fleshshade, Stormhorse Silver. Bone and washes would be my Ushepti Bone, Akrax Earthshade, Nun Oil, and Lamian Medium. For Lamian Medium, I would use for my shades and washes to make a ratio of 1:1, so it doesn't, so that not, for example, so that non-oil doesn't, well, look dark or something like that. Well, whatever. Reds: Mephisto Red, Evil Sun Scarlet, Wilder Red. Other color would be White Scar, Rhinox Hide, Evelyn Sunset, Phalanx Yellow, and that picture. So to the optional, that would be Black Templar for speed paints, and yeah, and you will, as a base for speed painting, yes, and you will be washing more than a Nurgling in a decontamination chamber. So I used my Chaos Black Spray from Citadel as my undercoat for my Wolf Priest. You could use any black spray, it just works fine. So yeah, and yeah, after you, well, if you see if there are any white spots, you could fix it with just Abaddon Black, paint over the miniature, and it should work. It should. And yeah, so black isn't just black. You want a depth, not a void. So exactly. So you need an edge color, highlight color that would be ashen gray. Well, I used ashen gray. You could use any recommended paints that Games Workshop do, but I think they do ashen gray on chaplains and wolf priest. Well, yeah, on the picture it looks different, kind of different, but I use ashen gray lightly on the edges, and yeah, for example, the power back there, for example, there, just on the edges. Doesn't matter if you get any messy, because it can't be seen very well, so that's the whole point. So you could go messy, but don't overstep on the miniature. So, and then you would also use fine highlight, Dawnstone sorry, Dawnstone Gray, and spot highlight would be Fenrisian Gray. So after you applied Ashen Gray, unfortunately you cannot see it very well. Well, I already start to apply, well, a little bit, can see it a little bit. I already started to apply Dawnstone Gray on my miniature. You can see it, hopefully. There, a little bit. There is, yeah, right there, as an edge highlight. So hopefully, damn. So after I got applied my Dawnstone Gray on my Dawnstone on my miniature, it looks like this. And now I'm going to, well, I also applied it on the weapon, and now I'm going to add Fenrisian Gray. And yeah, it looks like that. I already started it to put it in there, for example, a little bit, not too much. Well, actually where the light shines, well, here, there, for example, like a sharp highlight. Well, no, yeah. So after you got all your highlights on your miniature, if it looks like Batman visited Fenris, then you're nailing it. Now I'm applying gold, as you can see. I'm applying it on the leg of the wolfpriest, on the trims, like there, and so on. So after you got your gold applied on your miniature, I immediately applied the shade Reikland Fleshshade, and now I'm going to highlight it with Stormhost Silver, and yeah, I will apply it on all of the gold parts, like this one, this one, this one, and this one. Yeah. So these are my shop. Yes. So after you got your Stormhorse Silver done on your miniature, it should look like this. Yeah. And now I'm going to apply Mephisto Red, or you could use Corn Red, for my hood on my miniature and the robe of my miniature there. And after that, I'm going to apply a shade non-oil for my Mephisto with my Mephisto Red, but you can also use Druchy Violet. I'm not sure how it is said in English, but yeah. So as you can see, I already started to apply Mephisto Red on my robe and cape, and I recommend that you put many thin layers on the miniature. So after you got your red and applied it on your robe and cape, just use a Lamian medium and non-oil in a ratio of 1 to 1. And yeah, and then careful and just apply it on the miniature. And yeah. There. Yeah, well, start avoid, well, just keep Lamian medium and non-oil in a safe place, because that happens. It's everywhere. Ah, shit. So after you got your red, well, after you applied non-oil on your red, you could start with Evil Sun Scarlet. Well, I'm going to start with Evil Sun Scarlet as a chunky highlight, and as you can see, I already started it. And then I'm going to apply Wilder Red as an edge highlight, and yeah. So, basically, sorry. Now we got our model, well, he got his hood and his cape done, but there's one thing that's missing. Well, there's a lot of things that are missing, but we could start with the fur. Oh, wait a minute. Well, I forgot. We should start with the shoulder pad there, as a, yeah, with Everland Sunset, and then Reikland Fleshshade, and then I'm going to highlight it with Phalanx Yellow or Dawn Yellow. I forgot to tell you, and yeah, many layers again, and apply it on the knee pad, and also on the knee pad, right? So you got your yellow. Well, I'm going to paint the fur every places with ushakti bones, like the mask is out of bones, so we'll use ushakti bone there, the entire helmet, the fur here, the magic staff, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And perhaps there also, yes, and there, yeah, right. So after you got all the acrylics earth shade or just Fleshshade, Reikland Fleshshade on your miniature, and yeah, then you can start highlighting. For example, I'm going to use on my helmet white scar. As you can see, I started already to do it, and for my fur I would use a combination of white scar and ushakti bone. So with white scar applied on my, well, bones on my miniature, it should look like this. And then we could start. Now we are focusing on the fur. That would be this and this one. We would not apply it on this because it's not very interesting. Well, the light is not going to play a significant role there, but these two parts are very important. So dry brush with Shapti bone and white scar mixed, and yeah. Now, well, I finished the fur. Because I wanted to be extra spicy, I used white scar on the fur and nano oil. Now, the fur is done, and I will apply on my seal with Solid Yellow from Army Painter, the speed paint on my seal. So after I got the purity seal, or just seals, just okay. So I got the seals done. I tried to do the in box art, but I failed miserably. But it doesn't matter, it looks good. So yeah, we can, what should we do? Let's start with brown for the for his hand, on his, yeah, and weapon basically there, brown, perhaps there. And so after I got all my brown done on my miniature, I will highlight it now, but I have to think what colors I'm going to use, and I decided to use, god damn it, white scar with rhinox hide on my hands, and for the staff that my wolfpriest is using, I'm going to use wilder red with brown, with rhinox hide mixed. And yeah. So after you got your brown done with the highlights and so on, you could, well, the brown part is done. So I could go on with silver, with lead belcher for the weapon, on the backpack, there, a little bit there, and on the runes there. And yeah, well, I'm going to take from the pot of lead belcher a little bit and apply it and start applying it there, and on the weapon. So after I got all my lead petrol applied. Sorry, the focus. So, got it. And yeah, I'm going to start applying Stormhorse Silver. And first of all, I have forgotten to use Retributor armor on this place. And yeah, I'm going to apply later on Retributor armor. At first, I'm going to highlight it. For example, here, a little bit on the silver spots with Stormhorse Silver. And yeah, I'm going to take the sample there, pots, there. So there. Sorry, why do I apply it right now? Before that, just apply none oil before you start highlighting, and yeah. So now comes the magic. The runes and the space wolf eyes staring into your soul. We will use Mephiston Red for the eyes and runes. Then I'm going to highlight it with Wilder Red. And yeah, after that, I'm going to use White Scar on my eyes as a dot. So now it looks terrifying. Yeah, we are still not done because there are some spots like this one that's a back and right, the stones there, focus camera, yes, there. We'll use Dawnstone, and after that we are going to apply a Dawnstone with White Scar as a highlight. Then we should be done. Now we got our miniature done. But something is missing. Right. The guy needs a stage. Give him some cold rock. Something like that. And then we would be done. And there he stands. Terror of the warp codes. Nordic altar boy with the chain baton. If this helped, smash subscribe. If not, send it to your paint buddy who needs it more. Will you confess to this guy? Now raise your brushes for us and the Allfather.